a wonderful holiday. St. Patrick's Day, huh? I'm a naughty little leprechaun.
I can't believe the news today. I can't close my eyes and I can't go away. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday. Sunday, bloody Sunday.
St. Patty's Day. So I went for the greenest gun in the collection, and coincidentally, Sharky didn't shoot that either. What are we looking at? Looking at the IPA from Blacklist. Evidently, as they say, finally we got our IPA. Proudly brewed in Minnesota. Brewed and packaged, Duluth, Minnesota, by Blacklist LLC. If you're ever up north, swing by the tap room. Oh, I'd love to. So, evidently, everything today is magical. Hey, at least it has. It's got green lettering on the glass. Wow, trippy. Oh, look at that head, bad. Oh, just makes me want to stick stuff in it. What the hell? What the hell? Stuff had kind of a violent reaction, didn't it? Okay, so, you know, this is the first time in over, what the hell has it been, 10 years of having a brew channel that I have ever drank green beer on camera. And as a matter of fact, this may be the first time in my history of actually having green beer. So it'll be interesting to see if there's green shits and green pea and... Okay, it smells like asparagus. Just kidding. That is some nasty ass stuff right there. I mean, I love asparagus, but the revisit I could do without. Hitting the heavies. Okay, it smells like beer. Yeah. Good thing I didn't listen to Christine. How many drops should I put in there? Oh, I'd put in at least 7. This would be Mike next door. That would be fun. A little MILF action. Okay, so, oh shit. Okay, I don't know if any shots are going to be called because I just scrolled on down here, but I just realized now that I prepared for the drawing, but I am not prepared for the next round. Colonel Mustard. I guess we could, yeah, just got back from getting our taxes done. Wow, what a difference between last year and this year. Last year, I would be telling you that I feel really good about ordering 2 tires for my truck, and that the little bit that I still owe Sam would be taken care of, and I'd be dumping some on the only other 2 things that I even have, and instead it'll just be socked away to cover the taxes, the escrow taxes for the house. Yeah, greatest economy ever. So on top of the fact that anybody that knows anything about history knows that income tax was just supposed to be this little, this little temporary thing. Well, we get geared up for World War II, because good people are just gonna naturally want to be able to help out and make sure that here, I tell you what, this is really a random way to do it. Good citizens don't ask what, how we can fuck, or how you can get fucked. Just let it happen. That kind of thing. Instead, of course, like all taxes, especially if our government has anything to do with it, no tax ever gets started, and then they go, you know what, we're good. We're just gonna let that go by the wayside. But yeah, last year we had I guess I don't want to, just give out the actual numbers, but way into the three digits. Well, I guess that'd be 4 digits. Sorry, way into the 4 digits. And this year, it wouldn't. The federal wouldn't cover a typical trip to the liquor store. Didn't even break $100. Didn't even break $100. So thousands and thousands of dollars in different. What can you do? Anybody that actually tries to buck the system just ends up getting bucked themselves. So, until enough people stand up, they'll just continue to take your rights away, tell you that if you're a good person, then, we just need to have this, that, and the other thing. And right at this moment in time, considering how many people use TikTok and they want to ban it in the United States, big fucking mistake. First of all, I like it how people are like, oh, I don't want to have anything to do with TikTok because they just steal all your information. Unlike Facebook and Google and everywhere. I don't know what it is that supposedly TikTok is stealing from me, but I won't mat. The one place that I truly get honest news and feedback is TikTok. For me, my stuff is divided up between political stuff, and then there's comedy, and then car-related stuff. And guns. Guns, cars, and comedy stuff. But all the people that I give a shit about, that I get any kind of a political feedback, it's either that or it's Rumble. And on Rumble, it's like Styx and what is it? Are we? I don't even remember it without looking. There's Crowder, Louder with Crowder, Joe Rogan. I mean, that all comes from Rumble. But to actually stand there and go, oh, we're just doing you, yes, absolutely, we're just doing you a favor and keeping you safe by cutting people off from finding out the truth. That's what it's all about. Because guess what? TikTok, if you really want to open up your ears and let your brain suck a little knowledge, TikTok is a big problem to the government because they don't control it like they do all media. Even I don't even give a flying fuck about Fox News. It's the same bullshit as everywhere else. You know, they may scrape a little bit off, but real journalism is dead. Doesn't exist anymore. So, the new choice, we got 3 for POCO, 2 for EMT. The new A is going to be some of this Griptation tape, the A10 Adapt wallet. I really fought the urge to give this as an item because I just thought I could use it to replace the one that I'm using, and I just realized that I like the one that I'm using just fine right now, so I don't need another one. And then the flat eye, the underground flashlight. It works. I mean, it says that it's 150 lumens, and I'm telling you, don't stare at it. Rechargeable, comes with the cable, blah blah blah. That's A. B was the thermal blanky sacky koozie, thermal koozie for to stop your phone from being too cold or too hot. The flashlight that works like a flashlight. When you press the button, it comes on. A simulated multi-tool. That's B. And C is the Tiny Pump X. Allows you to inflate and deflate things, like your ego. And then we got the fire pit and a can that you can have inside. 2 containers of this camo foam, and then some cord wraps. And I actually should be using these, but I'm giving them away. Okay, we'll get to that in a Jiffy Lube. First in is Rich saying cheers all. I didn't, and just press one button and all of a sudden we're mysteriously at the top. Rich says cheers all. Cheers, Rich. Din says the beer's from 85. I don't know. I don't know. Did I add too much shit there or what? Wow, I don't even remember using that as the intro. Seriously? Oh. Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess it's from 85. Mike says cheers. Cheers, Mike. Then he says the awesome David Brown. Then he says and the boy Wonder. Matt, cheers, kid. Poco says, sup. Then he says, John Solar does have a timer on his refrigerator. I think he actually does. So I got up at 2:45 this morning because I had to pee, and then Marshall said he had to pee. By the way, we had Marshall overnight. Said he had to pee. So, and then at 2:45 in the morning, he's like standing out in the backyard, and I don't know what he saw, smelt, or heard, but now he's barking. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to come out there and beat your ass with a stick. Just do whatever it is that you had to go outside so badly for. But of course, he's smart, so most of the time it's go outside so that he can come back in and get that treat. Mm-hmm. Just out of curiosity, that was 4 drops. What happens if I just do 1? Is it going to be as festive? For the sake of argument, one shot. Well, now that I add more, it's not as green, but I guess 4. 4 is okay. My tongue didn't turn. So, okay, Poco, what if you bought a cheap Wi-Fi security cam with the batteries cam, then turn on the Wi-Fi sharing and watch it on the cell phone? Then you can get ruined. You're not out much. I would just like, at this point in time, for everybody to stop coming up with possible scenarios, because there is no way that a cheap Wi-Fi enabled camera is going to work worth a shit. I actually was talking, I cannot, Smile Money, I don't mean to sound like a dick or whatever here, but the guy who, you're like, financially, and I appreciate it, it is the voice of reason, the guy that normally poo-poos everything has been in my camp on this, and actually, and I agree fully with him when you say it is right now, it's a $400 camera, pre-ordered right now, and I'm probably, by the time I come up with the money, it is no longer going to be a pre-order item, but right now it's $300. It is good for 1,000 yards. It has software that enables you to identify the shots that just happened, so the next time you shoot, there's no confusion. A fucking drone, nice. A drone, a camera, nothing. A spotting scope. I mean, when John said a spotting scope, first of all, at 100 yards, a spotting scope is still a thing. By the time that you are out beyond 200 yards, maybe if you had a 7 or 8, like John Huber has a very expensive spotting scope, and I don't even know what he sees beyond 300 yards or at 300 yards. But if I can't tell you what shots I have placed on paper at 300 yards with a $3,200 US Optics ER25 scope, There's not a fucking... none of the three spotting scopes that I have are going to do any good at all. And when the camera is literally sitting right next to the target, there's no such thing as a mirage. And like I said, we got to keep the fact that it comes with software. As far as shooting it, I personally, for $32, would purchase their bulletproof warranty, which means I don't know how long I'd have to reread it. I just know for $32, if you shoot the fucking camera, they will replace it. But I intend on making sure that wherever the camera ends up sitting, like if it's on the ground aiming up, or if I put it on a bipod, I will make sure that the bipod has a bracket and that steel plate that I have, and if you put it at an angle, it's not... I mean, I even have AR-500 plates around here that I could put right behind the camera. No way to shoot it if it's protected by something I already have. And for a few dollars, I can make a bracket that'll hang on the bipod where the camera is and make sure that it is protected by steel, or just using the thing that I already have. I mean, I just want to recap on a couple things. Even what John said. Spotting scope? No, I'm sorry. 300 yards, the spotting scope is completely useless. And the camera is good for 1,000 yards. Matt and the drone's a nice thing to have when you have a YouTube channel, or when we were talking about Christine maybe getting into photography. A lot of wedding events and shit like that now. They'll have the whole wedding party and they'll fly up and over with some kind of scenic shit where it looks cool. Yeah. Now, the drone would be fly it out and land it on a platform aimed at the target. I mean, it's not going to hover there for like when me and Jolson were out. Let's say we're out there for half a day, 4 to 6 hours. Drone's not going to be hovering around looking at that, and it can take a shot just as easily as anything else sitting down there. And if you're going to get a drone with a decent camera system on it, don't tell me you're not already approaching the $300 threshold that this thing is. And like I said, the Wi-Fi, unless you, first of all, it's not going to have the software, so all it's going to be is just a camera. And I'm here to tell you right now, I have the Blink camera systems, and even with the Blink sync module in my kitchen window, which puts it 100 feet, maybe even closer to 110 feet. Let's just call it 100 feet. 100 feet! It is sitting there. When I used to have a camera on the garage, and it was so flaky, I said, fuck it. I thought something was wrong with the camera. Camera was never working right. It was like, signal was like acting all weird. I would get shots of what looked like somebody jammed the camera. And now that same camera that was on the garage sits right here on top of my safe. So as soon as you walk through this door, it catches the face of anybody that goes into the gun room, and especially if they're standing in front of that. And so I couldn't get 110 feet out of a fairly expensive security camera system. How am I going to get 300 to 1,000 yards out of... I mean, from what I am seeing, and like, the only thing Smile Money pointed out is this camera is going to be released in June, so it's the pre-order now, so there's not really anything known about it, but they have 3 things already, at least 3 cameras already in their lineup, and they all have between 4 and 5-star ratings. So it's probably pretty good that something that made the jump from 300 yards to 1,000 yards for $100 more as long as you pre-order. Otherwise, it's going to be $200 more. So, I appreciate the feedback. I mean, John was even like, well, you could just get a really nice SLR, a digital camera and a lens, and yeah, we're right back to, can you zoom in and actually see the hits on paper? I'd have to say that it's probably going to be a pretty fucking expensive lens to see the shots even at 300 yards, let alone out to 1,000 that this camera system is capable of. So let us just drop the suggestions, because none of your ideas beat a 1,000-yard system for $299. And then for $32 more on top of that, you can get the bulletproof warranty with it. Again, I don't know if it's good for a year, maybe, the first season, or if you can re-up it every single... I have to do the research. I do not have the answer to that. I just know that their older systems all have 4 to 5-star ratings. And for me, to even up at Island Lake, let's just say I'm there all by myself, or I'm there with, like when it was just me and Jolson. We could, first you walk down the first time with 2 targets, his target, my target at 300 yards, and now you walk back and you shoot. You just fired 2 or 3 rounds, you have no idea exactly where those hit. Now you gotta walk 300 yards one way and 300 yards back, and like, oh, we weren't even on the paper, or whatever the scenario was. Versus, yep, there's your 3. You were left and low. And you didn't have to walk out there every single time. You basically, and other than a paper change, which is probably not really a thing when you're shooting at 300 yards, because you're not like doing a mag dump on it, more than likely, because of the camera system, you were able to walk out one time to set everything up and walk back, and now shoot until you got it out of your system, and you go out the next time and pick all the stuff up and bring it back. Well, that's fast. Federal and Minnesota have already accepted my taxes. I understand. Our girl was telling us that Minnesota is actually, she's already had people that did their taxes on a Monday, and on Wednesday had the money deposited in their account. That's pretty good. Federal is just, it'll probably be in there by April. I've never really had either of them take all that long, though. I remember, I think last year we had federal was from the time it was accepted to the time it was in our account was less than a week, and state was even faster. But either way, people that get all excited about what they're getting back in their taxes, you realize that first of all, that's your fucking money. That's not their goddamn money. It's like, fuck that. Work your ass off. I don't know, people are like, well, don't you think that it's only fair that because they're taking care of the roads and shit like that? Well, there's fucking tax on my gasoline, there's tax on the oil, there's tax on my license plates on my car, there was tax on buying the car, there's tax on fucking tax. Sure be nice to not have an income tax. If you're gonna work, and you're going to work your fucking ass off, you should be able to get to keep all of it. I mean, if you're so high and mighty, there's no law stopping you from just sending money to the government. Do that. But don't tell your friends and neighbors, fuck you got to pay your fair share. No, fuck off. I don't think so. Poco. This isn't bad if you fast it past Matt and his lies. Then he says, Dave, you mean my white privilege card? Guess you lost that one, laugh out loud. Well, Poco, in this particular case, I think it went to a better home than the initial. Multi-gunman, beer? Fuck that. Whiskey's where it's at. Mr. 27 says, who knows? Mr. 27 then says, I'm first naked. And then Multi-Gunman says, winning. And then Mr. 27 says, but you're the first with 357s in whiskey. And then Multi-Gunman says, as it should be, you bitch. Ooh, she's got crotchless fishing net, but she's all shaved clean, so it's almost like it never happened. Oh, so last night while Christine was doing her show, I came down here and fucking wicked waxed everything. What do I have as an example? Yeah. I did the, I wicked waxed the grips on the 629 Deluxe, and I wicked waxed these awesome, and I don't know if he's going to hear me say this, but I Carry One sent me these. Fuck yeah. I still think this would look badass with the Celtic ivory or simulated ivory grips. It's kind of what I originally wanted to put on this thing. And I was going back and reading my comments on this. Alone with Company says, I like the factory grip, but the factory grips better than these. Well, first of all, Turd Hunter, these grips are made by Holtzman, and so are the grips that came from the factory. But I don't know why, but I was getting pinched right there by the ones that were on here, and these ones are even sexier and shinier, and of course now that I wicked waxed them, and everything was wicked waxed. The Wicked Wax says you could just use Wicked Wax. You don't have to do the heat treatment. But if you heat it up a little bit, there's obviously more penetration. You know, as soon as you warm it up, there's definitely more penetration. So I did this, the 610. I don't know if I've ever even talked about it. It's just kind of a whatever from Smith & Wesson made it. It was like, it's kind of a nothing gun, but yeah, so I wicked waxed the grips on that. The holster that's in, I got from Clyde, and I wicked waxed the shit out of that. And of course, like I said, I used the heat gun on everything. I just think you get better penetration. My grandfather's buck. Not only did I wicked wax the inside and outside of the sheath, but I did the grips on it. And even though I could still polish these up like I'd like to polish Ellie's vaginal area, because the wicked wax was a little bit on the brass, it actually, from whatever reason, it actually took the green... the green off of it from the copper, the changing color, but got this back and it feels soft again. I mean, it still looks the part of being old. And then I did the holster for the 629 Deluxe. And of course, I carry this. I actually carry this quite a bit. I mean, I kind of like freak out a little bit if I feel that I've like hit something, but I haven't put any dings or dents in these grips, unlike the nice job I did to the 357, Mr. 357 man. So did this holster. I did I have two factory SIG holsters for the SIG Sea Carry 1911 that I got from Scott, Mr. Holster. And he gave me, I have a left and right. I don't know if I'm assuming that he must have ordered these. I don't know if this gun came with so many mags and matching holsters, but for some reason, I have both the left and the right holster for the SIG. It's kind of cool because it's braced inside so it won't collapse, and I don't like using this holster with it though. I like the 1911 holster that I'm actually using, which got wicked waxed a while back, and then I have my commander size Desante. No, this is the Don Hume holster that I got quite a while back. Someone sent this to me, and it was off of eBay. And when it showed up, it looked almost as nice as this way back when I got it. And the person that sold it had other things for sale. I think I looked it up, and the comment was made that he just had it for a duty gun or something, but always took care of it. And it is. I mean, I've been using it. I do like this holster, and for the life of me, I'm not even sure why. Oh, because this was the other two that I have. One was Scott's that Matt gave me, and the only thing I don't like about that is it's just straight up and down. And I prefer this, which is the FBI cant, which this is. So I have a more generic holster that was also sent to me that is the right angle on it. I don't know. David, this would look badass if I actually was using those grips that you said, hey, your birthday's coming up, and then you stuffed them back in your pocket like a prick. So, yeah, again, something that I got in a battle box. Okay, here's a weird thing. Maybe I'll be able to answer this tomorrow in tomorrow's brew review, or maybe you'll have to wait till Tuesday. Wicked wax. 100% food safe, all natural. Easy to apply, no heating required, but obviously if you heat up the wood, especially if it's something that hasn't been the problem with some of these holsters. I also wicked waxed the P220 Elite. Yeah, it's a little bit more shiny than it originally was, but I don't think the dude that had that pistol before, I think the reason that it came with those G10s is because he had the G10s on it, so nothing would happen to those wood ones, the rosewood. And Jolson, it's kind of like if I took the original ones off, we're almost like playing make-believe. I don't know how I feel. By no means do I want to screw up the Sig Sauer original rosewood grips that came with that gun. On the other hand, it's kind of like just not even enjoying the gun, let alone, parts of it. I mean, I'm not going to get to live forever. Not to sound morbid or whatever, I could fucking have a massive heart attack on the way up the stairs and and for some of you, I would just disappear. That's the one thing I hate about our YouTube community, is there is people like, for instance, what is it, Desert Prepper? Enos was his original channel, and we became friends. He reminded me a lot of Matt Reisner for the way his desk used to be laid out and the way he did his videos. You never really saw him. And Dynamic Prepper. His channel right now is Dynamic Prepper. and he reviewed. Oh man, I can't even imagine the shit that he had. He when we were friends, I was double the sub count that he had, and now he has like 56 or 58,000 subscribers, and I got stagnated at 20 because of guns, maybe even politics. They just don't like me. That's fine. I don't fucking like you, YouTube. Fucking woke bitches. But his shit is all tack pack and battle box and this box and that box, and that's like, Jesus Christ, I can imagine that the dude could do Halloween and hand out flashlights. I mean, it's all shit. That's all that he does. I mean, imagine my Ebomi channel, and there's nothing. That's why it's been nice to do the shooting stuff. And Smile Money, no matter what I ever say, I do like the constant. Just get out there and do that. And also a big thanks once again to Jolson for aiming a camera at the targets and giving me 2 feeds. I figured out a fast way to sync both of the videos, and I figured out a real fast way. Boy, I up until the other day, no idea how to crop a video. Cropping a picture is easy. Cropping a video, I didn't understand, but now it's like every time that I shot and then Jolson shot, it was a matter of seconds to move the focal point, because the camera saw both targets. What I'm doing is deleting Jolson's target when I'm shooting and my target when Jolson is shooting. And it's just super easy. It gives an immediate feedback to, well, you're shooting, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it is. Like my fucking massive flinch shooting that stupid Derringer, even though you have no idea how badly I want to buy one of those Derringers and get it with the 45 ACP and 410 barrel, because as far as I know, you cannot initially purchase it as a 10 millimeter. At least last time I looked, it wasn't available. Kind of sucks because it makes it. I mean, the most expensive part about that Derringer is the barrels. If I could just start off with a 10 millimeter, I would start off with a 10 millimeter. But if you're going to get the most bang for the buck, no pun intended, it would be to buy one 410 45 ACP, or sorry, 45 long Colt. Sorry, I was distracted. America, kiss the flag. 45 long Colt and a 410 shell, and then buy the barrel to do 10 millimeter. Because if my world got to the point where I actually can't figure out how to make this working for myself thing work, and I have to go work for somebody, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I will die on that cross. I will have a firearm on me every single day, no matter what the policy is. It's like, okay, so I'm working at whatever. Say I'm working at Quick Trip. They find out I have a gun and they have to let me go. Boo fucking who? Unless, of course, I was the manager and I was making $100,000 a year. I mean, I can colon carry it. I mean, come on. Unless someone rats me out, which the easiest thing is if nobody knows, because that's what always gets you in trouble, is when somebody fucking talks. And then you gotta hide the body. But, yeah, that's... And when we trigger scaled it, holy shit, it is quite obvious. You want to put your finger on the trigger, on the whole trigger, but because of the way that it's just look at one of those. The trigger swoops up. So as you're squeezing, you have a tendency for your finger to naturally kind of ride up. Oh yeah. Kind of ride up the trigger. And of course, the more you ride the trigger to the top, obviously the harder it is to pull. When Jolson trigger pulled it, he made sure that he held the trigger scale so that it was down towards the bottom. So if you actually were to lodge your finger on the lowest part, maybe even riding against the bottom of the trigger guard, then maybe that pull is actually 3 pounds. When you're out there, it feels like 20, depending on where. See, I want a chance to shoot this thing again, and I want a chance to really watch where I'm putting my finger and judging the pounds when you pull on it. But either way, I mean, like right now, if I had to, I could figure out a way to mount a Derringer to the inside of a ball cap if I had to. Of course, if someone knocked it off and it hit the floor and it sounded like a big chunk of metal hitting the floor, that would be bad. But I could put one right inside my belt. I could put one in an ankle. I mean, come on. I don't give a fuck about. It's like, oh, you walk past the sign that said guns are prohibited. Oh, really? Well, are you going to follow me around and make sure that me and my loved ones are safe? No, you're not. So, I'm sorry. Go fuck yourself. I got this. Oh, I also wicked waxed I would say I don't understand what it is about my obsession with this. Oh, wow. Look at that. Out of like nowhere. Don't even know. There's like some hairline scratches. See, they're not even showing up for you. Oh yeah, right there. Those weren't there the other day. It's like, I feel that I can take anything else that I have that's shiny and almost drop it and it won't leave a mark. This thing, I don't understand. I guess I need to stop. One of the reasons that if it's going to show signs of abuse is because I love this thing so much that it is almost never in the safe. It has actual night sights. They glow awesome. It's a frickin' tack driver, and unless Sharky shoots it, it's been reliable the last 2 times I've had it out. And Sharky, you ain't gonna say you ain't gonna see shit, I don't think, because right now it's just Hornady XTPs. It's not +1. But yeah, this is, I have, but not lately, carried it outside of the house, even though the Mr. Holster, Scott's holster that I have works awesome for this. I will not put this gun in a Kydex holster. I'm guessing one in and out, and I'd be going, God damn it. Especially the flats, the more, the less shiny areas. But, God, it just... You know, and I might have lied. I might have matted, or not matted, something. When I was going through and cleaning and organizing today, I found my big bin of extra AR stuff. Not the really cool stuff, just when Salty calls and says, hey, do you have a bunch of those shitty stocks that come on all of the cheap rifles? Uh-huh. And do you have any pistol grips that come on? Uh-huh. That box. I got, put it this way, I was able to take a plastic tote with all of my weird ass shit, parts for Rugers, straps and stuff for slings, for SKSs and Mosins and that kind of shit. And I found 2 great big 1-gallon Ziploc containers filled full of grips. Grips for revolvers that I don't own that were sent to me. Crazy Scotsman sent me a whole bunch of shit because we are trying to figure out a way to do grips on the 450 for Casull that I actually like, because I fucking hate the stock grips, and I don't really like the ones that are on it now. I would love an actual set of kick-ass looking wood grips, but I am not going to spend almost $300 for a set of fucking grips for that thing. I'll give Matt a couple of pieces of expensive wood, and he can whittle it down. I mean, I got the stock grip that he could use. But yeah, in there was the Celtic grips. I guess I just decided that I wanted to switch the other Raptor, my 45, back over to the original grips, and so I've got a full size set of my Celtic cross grips. I was like, boy, those probably wouldn't look bad on this either. But the problem is these look awesome. They're must be like 10 shades lighter than the ones on the 45, but you got to keep in mind that the ones that are on the 45 were on there taking natural oils from my hands for almost a decade before I took them off and put those Celtic grips on there. But yeah, I couldn't believe how many fucking grips I have. I mean, I have almost a big ass bag of nothing but Smith & Wesson Gen 2 and 3 grips for double stacks and the single stacks, and a lot of them are not in fantastic shape because they're the ones that were on the gun when I put new ones on the gun. But there's a part of me that falls under Smile Money. It's not on my bucket list or on the I need to get it list. It's on the if I won the lottery list, I would get the Raptor, Commander, and Ultra, which means it's the 4 1/4 and the 3-inch version of this in 10mm. God, that'd be. I mean, I'm not entirely sure without actually looking it up if they make the Ultra in 10mm. It'd be badass. I know they make it in 45 because I used to have the CDP Ultra. I should have never sold it. I've told the story. The guy that bought it, a good friend of mine, Brian, douchebag Brian, he said at any time you come to me, I will sell you this gun back for what I sold it to him, which was a deal at the time, $1,100. Like 5 or 6 years went by, and he never had it out of his safe. And then he decided to take it out one day and shoot it. And then he informed me that it was officially not for sale. I told him, I'm pissed off at you, but I understand. That's why I never wanted you to shoot it. Wow, we're at almost an hour already. And I'm only on comment 4. Just kidding. Smile Money. David, Matt is not trying to tell you how to write. He just has unsolicited opinions, advice, and ideas that he chooses to share even when not appreciated. Oh, David was those are nice. I bet you that bitch won't sink. David was just basically referring to a time that David was over here going over writing ideas with Christine when Christine was working on, I think it was her second book, and Matt started to give recommendations on how to write, and they both kind of looked at him, and then I could tell they wanted to murder him. So I'm like, Matt, let's go. And I like pushed him as we came down here to do a brew review. I mean, not saying that you might not have good advice, Matt, just saying. But when you're talking to a guy that at that point in time, I think he had 6 published books, and Christine was working on either number 2 or number 3, and you're gonna give writing advice. Neither one of them really wanted to hear it. Sorry, I was just the middleman. I was the shuffler. Let's go drink. Let's go downstairs and drink, Matt. Mr. 27 says, oh, what the fuck? I didn't even see a notification for this video. Oh, that was on the Stella Rosa, and I can't believe you said fucking they didn't delete you. Then he says 15th on the right video. Then he says intro, dude, no. Then he says intro, hell yes, nice big cans. Then Billy says whiskey. Fuck that, rum daddy is where it's at, and that's up with those and what's up with those Holtzman knives? They don't even come with directions. I almost cut my damn finger off. Too shiny and sharp. And that damn folder flies out like it's an auto. Well built. I want a refund. Wow. Sorry. Billy, and the rest of you that actually listened to me and then just assumed that I was being forthright with you and then went over to Holtzman. Not only, at that point in time, I know a few of you probably purchased a Holtzman where it didn't help me at all. Now, you can use an affiliate link for me. You can use eBomi to get a discount at Holtzman. I very much appreciate it. The only thing about the whole thing that I even give a shit about is if I actually make any money from Holtzman, I am going to turn it around and use it to buy knives from Holtzman. I mean, this one has been my I know, see, for me, I am a huge fan of the Tanto style. I mean, case in point, when I had a knife custom made for me, and I said, just make what you know that I would like. What did he make way back then? Tanto style. Ran across his channel, too. He hasn't done any. You know, it's funny because taking a trip down memory lane, almost nobody has been making videos for my friends from the eBomi side 10 years ago. I mean, it's like last video. Some of you guys, the most recent one was like 3 years ago. I mean, even Josh, Urban Arm Josh, in his last video, he was talking about all of the shit that was going to be in the next video. Well, evidently, Josh, it's 3 fucking years in the making. Urban Armed. But yeah, I know, Rich, you purchased the pointy version, and I'm telling you, I might have to get one of those because, I mean, I really like the Tanto, but if you're gonna have a neck knife, it kind of, I mean, trust me, if someone takes if I have to defend myself and I'm not gonna go for the gun, I'm gonna go for the knife. I know I wouldn't want to be stabbed with this, even though probably pointy will go in easier. And I brought up the Bushcraft one. It's the black version of the silverback. They make a big version of silverback, small version of silverback. I think they make a neck knife version of it. It's like, I like their knives because they seem like they're well thought out. I like the style, the colors, the grip, the material, the thickness of the steel that they use, the kind of steels that they're using, and then it all intersects with price. When some of the most expensive stuff from them is still under, $120 might be the most expensive. I mean, you can actually buy like 4 knives, the 4 sets. I just want to see her eat them. So, okay, let's find out the answer to this. What's all in here? Jesus. Why is there snacks down here? Who left fucking snacks down here? Wasn't David supposed to take these with? Or Matt brought them over? Okay, I'm not going to fold them. They get locked together. So we got 2 EMT, 2 Pocos. Don't blame me. I voted for Trump. That's right. And I believe a lot of people did. But seems how there was so much fraud in the 2020 election, but I'm sure you guys got to be happy. I mean, what the hell? Look, we're under the greatest economy ever. Shit. Christ. I got so much money back in taxes this year, it just eclipsed last year. Oh, no, sorry. That's the other way around. We got nothing this year compared to last year. Literally nothing. At least I didn't owe, but yet I'm supposed to feel good that the fucking government stole my money and then gave me a pittance of it back? Kind of like the COVID thing. Oh yeah, federal government said you got $520 in your family, we are going to tax you on all of it. Wow. How do you feel now? I mean, everybody, all you did is you got a short fucking loan and then got fucked. Especially if you're in Minnesota. I don't know about everybody else. Okay, here we go. It's fucking Poco and EMT. I have, Poco wants to do a trade on something, the mask. And EMT already has 3 things hinged. And I believe I have 1 thing in my hand. Poco. Okay. So Poco, A, B, or C. Knowing him, is he going to go for the camo, the little pump and the fire, a fake multi-tool, a flashlight that has no thrills but actually works, the thermal thing, or is he going to go for the wallet, the grip tape, and the fleshlight? I am not going to tell you, but tomorrow I will have the piece of paper behind one of these, and then when we get to Poco's comment, we'll see if my guess was right. I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling on what he's going to pick. And then Poco, we can talk about the other thing. You're the only person that asked about the mask. And it is the same one that I have upstairs already with Alice. The only thing I added to Alice was that Kachula, or whatever the hell it was, the thing that can be a sleeping bag, a poncho, a pillow, I don't know, even what else. I had a compartment that I forgot all about. Actually, it's kind of funny. I forgot all about it when I opened up one side. It had snack bars, energy bars, so you could maintain a good in and out. So I moved them over here because I needed a little bit more space, and I shoved that up inside there. So I'm the fucking my Alice kit is starting to weigh an actual ton, but I could still throw it over my shoulder. I mean, at one point in time, it was even heavier because not only, I think I have 2 30-round mags and the 60 drum. See, that's the other thing. State of Minnesota, which would mean that the drum that I have for the 308 is a felony. The drum that I have for the AR becomes a felony. The mag that holds 60 becomes a felony. The drum for the AK-47, which, wow, I didn't even think about that. I have magazines and shit for AK-47, and I'm soon to not have a place to insert them. That would be fun, though. But again, shall not comply. Go fuck yourself. fucking free men should not have to live in fear of a tyrannical government. Like they say, the day I get the knock on the door, you wanna come for the guns. I'm sorry. You better have some gloves. They're gonna be warm. Mr. 27 says, "Hi, Brumat," and then he says, "I'm here before Salty Man." And then Smile Money says, "Solar's idea was a used Canon Rebel 3T or 3i." eBay, $110 Canon used, 70 by 300 lens, 145. Of course, would need a minimum of 1,500 mm lens to check a target at 1,000 yards. Then you need a $50 tripod. That is over $300, even with a lens that would only work for maybe 300 yards. They then add in memory card and a new battery for a used camera. I know. Smile Money, thank you. You know, the fucking voice of reason on me wanting to make a purchase became my brother, Smile Money. I mean, I guess the only reason that I'm not shocked is because it's fucking logical. $299 for 1,000 yards with a system that has software versus all of this extra shit. Yeah, the camera, that made no sense at all to me. John Solar, if you're watching, I'm sorry. And then maybe, in order to save battery time on my Canon, my new Canon camera, my new used Canon camera, we could hook it up to a timer. Smile Money. A drone for this purpose is going to be about the same price. If you are just going to land it downrange, it would be the same as the long shot camera. Yes, and try to tell that to Matt. In addition, the cameras are not typically designed for filming in a landed position. The camera would most likely not angle up high enough to see the target. In addition, the battery would still most likely only be good for an hour or so. Yep, probably. Smile Money says, Matt, sometimes you need to stop, listen, research before you try to have a brilliant idea. Smile Money, the Long Shot Ranger Plus has about a 4-hour battery life. Now I see the camera is only 2 megapixels, so it's a clear enough image. I do not know, or is that a clear enough image? I do not know. I'm reading that it is about 1080. I can still extend the battery time by adding a portable C cable battery pack. Oh, in other words, well, it's over there. And probably also up in Alice. But yeah, I have... Oh. Yeah, I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, you just add one of my battery backup packs. I even have, Smile Money, I even have one of those battery backup packs that not only is it a battery, but you can lay it out on the ground and it's solar. So the whole, you'd never lose a battery life. Well, yeah. I mean, and 4 hours is really probably kind of pushing it. And then the next question is, and I don't know the answer to this, Smile Money, are the batteries in that rechargeable, or does the compartment open so that you could have a backup battery on hand and swap out battery packs? I have not read in depth enough, but if the system is 1080, it's good. Megapixels, I mean, I can go back and again, if it's literally sitting like here's the camera, there's the target, you're not gonna have a problem. I mean, it's not gonna be like pixeled out at two megapixels. I mean, shit, it wasn't even until recently that the back camera, the one that this one on your phone was even beyond 2 megapixels. And I've done entire videos, and it looks good. Of course, it was like, I think it was 720 on the last one that I used, but still, I have not seen a single thing on that system that doesn't make me just want to be able to have ordered it yesterday. If it was Trump was in office right now and I did my taxes, I would have ordered it today. Bad says greetings, Captain. Greetings, Bad. J-Dog is here at home. J-Dog, J-Dog should be here. But he's not. Okay, got called on a shot, and then Billy said rum. Well, I tell you what, Billy, unfortunately, it's not. There is such a difference between the XO bamboo than the other one, but it's still pretty good. Tell you what, Billy, I'll be drinking with you. As soon as I pop the cork on this. Oh, I have a question. I have run across a few things that I don't know if I will ever be able to give them a home. So that gets me to talking to some of you guys, and Smile Money, maybe right or wrong, take a few items that I might have. If some of you guys might be able to use it, I would be able to use the money to directly fund the camera system. And one of the things on my list is my Crimson Trace. And this is for a Glock 26, 27, 28, 33, or a 39. I had this on my G27. I have not cleaned it up. If I were actually to take a little Ballistal and wipe the thing down. On the other hand, I do have the pin. It's right there for it. And you put this on your gun as soon as you give it a reach around and see the batteries. I think these are CR 23s. I don't even know. I do know that when you press the button, it still works. So as soon as you're gripping the gun, it's the palm swell that activates it. Sharky taking one for the team. This has just been now literally sitting for years. If this said 26, 27, 28, and 29, I would probably hang on to it. But if somebody is interested in this, I am willing to entertain a price, because I am going to take the money and throw it straight towards the Ranger Plus camera system. I don't remember what the hell else I ran across, and I was like, you know what? This would be a good thing. Smile Money, do YouTube community standards allow racist comments? Matt, that comment was inappropriate. Then Smile Money says, David, I only said that I do not need a $2,000 to $3,000 handgun for self-protection. If you want one, it's not necessarily because it's more reliable. No, Smile Money, I know David got a little ass hurt about the comment, but it was like, he's also commenting about to him in his world. I know people that are just not in the realm of, I would see, and this is where you can have problems. How do you feel inside to know that you have a gun that you paid $2, $3, I mean, I have what, almost $5,000 invested into one particular pistol, and now you're going to carry it, and in the event that you have a righteous shoot, and maybe you never have any legal problems, you still may not ever see the pistol again. So you're out all that money. On the other hand, they say that, if you're going to, for me, again, 56 years old, I don't know how much time that I have, and I just assume and enjoy whatever I have left. So if I decide that I'm going to carry a $2,000 pistol, I mean, like, probably one of the most expensive ones that I carry on a daily basis would probably be the Smith & Wesson Performance Center. I mean, I don't have anything. I decided that it's a barbecue gun if it's a rare 10 millimeter in the collection. I don't want to risk it to go bye-bye. Like, I will not, I mean, if I'm having a barbecue and some meth head wielding a knife comes lunging at somebody and I have to pull the Smith & Wesson 1076 off my side and put a few rounds into him, I'm going to come downstairs and I am going to grab my 1006 and I'm going to shoot it a couple times into a garbage can just so it's got fresh GSR, and then go outside and put it in my holster, because they can take that gun because you're not getting the 1076. Billy, I toast you, and you can go fuck yourself. The regular bamboo is just so much better. But this is kind of like rum meets whiskey. Cheapo Gun Guy. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 85. Kind of like Joe Bite Me.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
McLean. I like when Matt wears the beer goggles. He looks like a minion. Wade, congratulations, Matt. Sounds like you found your perfect job, where you being you isn't a liability. Wade, hello, David. I see from your look that you aren't thrilled to be there. I don't know about... He invited himself. I mean, and he wanted Matt to be here, so he should be slightly thrilled. He would just be happier if he could smoke in the basement. Betcha those taste great. Wade, I'll send you the ferro rod. I'm not going to make an attachment for a medium gift ceramic rod for it. Okay, trade you something. If that sweetens the deal. EMT, Mr. David Brown in the house. Oh, and Matt too. Bohemian Hunting Club has 2 beers. Now this, Bohemian Hunting Club, if you're not subbed to him, he actually still puts out shooting videos. I know, this is a weird concept, but find his comment and please sub to his channel. Oh shit, I could have died right there. I am going to, this is going to be research if I remember. Wow. Right now he has, I couldn't even tell you the exact amount because he's got enough that he has over 1,000 videos and he has over 10,100 subscribers and he is constantly putting out videos. His last video was, wow, strawberry cornhole. Kind of like this. Rossi survival rifle 44 Magtech versus Winchester penetration. Yeah, he keeps they keep doing videos. So I'd appreciate it if you went over and subbed this channel if you're not already. Gun guy, good guy. Sharky, cheers all. Didn't shoot that. Hey, Dave, you looked real good in that intro. I got a little push. And Sharky, 1 hour, 9 minutes, 5 seconds. Yes, I see her. Wow. Okay, which one was she? Oh, that's because Matt and Dave were talking and all I did was point. Fuck yeah. Okay, Microsoft has a problem, and they're going to keep having a problem. Fuck off. I like how they say, I have to put in my credentials, and then like a month later, it's back to the exact same bullshit. Okay, where do I put that? Hang on, I gotta see if I can find something better for the club. Ooh, liverwurst. I need a fucking snack. That's what I need. Okay. Looks like it's the last one I have, but let's go to the club in style. Two-hearted IPA. Yes, Ed. Your memory will always live on. Oh, here. I suppose because of it's the day. Ooh. Now that was 4 drops on less beer. This one's going to be green. I can't wait to take a shit. I'll get back to you and let you know how that works out. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, Lindsay. Oh, fuck yeah. Lindsay Strutt. In the butt. Where was the strangest place you ever made love? In the butt, Bob. Just look at my head. See, get rid of the fucking nose ring. I'm getting so sick and tired of chicks and their goddamn tattoos and piercings. I mean, in the butt, Bob. Okay. Sharky, SH, of course, the Chuck flag made it as the outro. Yeah, I still think it's funny how a guy that has as many issues as Chuck cyanoted and signed off from ever watching and commenting on brew reviews because I didn't accept the baby Jesus into my heart. I mean, how the fuck do you even know what I'm... Is that shit being held on by a fishing line? And then here's the thing. Thanks for the segue, by the way, Sharky. I kept thinking about that. There is a lot of you that absolutely love and adore Chuck. And I'm not going to try to persuade you in any way. Me and Chuck, I thought we were friends. Talked to him on the phone. We'd rip on each other, and then we'd talk on the phone, and it was like, I don't have a serious bone in my body, blah, 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 blah. And then he'd get in the comments, and it's one thing to ball bust. As you guys know, I am fully ready to take a fucking pounding to my ball busting area. But when that piece of shit started to go on and on about putting any doubt in anybody's brain about what we were doing for Justin's final mission, no, fuck you. Fuck off. You're dead to me. I don't, to think that there was anything not on the up and up, or any fraud, or any of this, or anything when it came to our rifles or whatever we were doing to raise money for stopping veteran suicides. And to have that kind of doubt to even be put out there by someone who 1 minute says he's a friend and the next minute he's making fucking comments like that, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Smile money, I am just biting my tongue and trying to not have it be one F-bomb after another. I'll just say, I'm glad that evidently, because he thinks I didn't take the baby Jesus into my heart. Well, is there a higher power? Yeah, I think that there's just the human body is too great to have just been a couple of fucking amoebas fucking in a swamp that created us. Do I spend my time on my knees praying to the God above? No, I ain't got time for that. If that's not good enough, it's like, I believe in that something happened. Maybe we were just created by aliens. I mean, explain the pyramids, explain this or explain that, or whatever you want to think. Do I, and then there's a side of you that just thinks, when we're done, are we done? Is that it? All I get, I could have a massive heart attack tonight in my sleep, and at 56, that's it, I'm done. There's no more. There's no nothing. No more guns. Ugh. Yeah, see, I have a problem. I have a problem with that. I personally, I think the Bible is just this massively awesome written book. I mean, it seems far more likely that our race is the product of aliens that coming here and starting shit than and as I've already said, if we are part of evolution, you're a fucking fool, because where's the in-betweeners? There's no they have found no in-betweeners. I've seen pictures where it's like, oh, we're amoebas and we fucked, and then blah, 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 and then we started to walk, and we crawled out of the water, and then we were dragging our knuckles on the ground, and blah, 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 and then we're man. But we have nothing in between. We're finding dinosaurs, Triceratops, Allosaurus, this, that, and the other thing. And yet, there's no in-betweeners. There's... Believe what you want. I respect you thinking whatever you want to think. But I am not your guy. If you want to come and hang out on Sunday here, we're going to do a Bloody Mary review. We ain't going to talk with the baby Jesus. That's all I got to say. And that is exceptional. Little small on the titties, but what does this button do? Oh, wrong way. Let's go the other way. Yeah, a little in the happy zone slip. Sure. No. Pass. Yes. Moving on. I like where her head's at right now. Yeah. I'd love to help clean her up. I mean, I could shake up a little cleaning agent. Okay, let's just stop there. Poco, it's almost the end of the show. Din says Schwat Club. And Rich says, cheers, you magnificent bastard clubbers. Just when I thought I was out, and Bad drags me back in. He says, hi, clubbers. What the hell is she running for a pistol right there? The slide looks weird. The mag well is sticking below the mag. When I was younger, I had a babysitter that looked just like she did, and I really love spankings. It's like a tropical island. Okay. It's been more than long enough. That's it. Where are we at? Whew, hour and a half. But, Sharky, we go out on a hard note. Or strong, a point, something pointy and